What is up, guys? Kweku here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this episode, we are going to do a testing and a review of the FIFINE D6 Stream Controller. Imagine controlling your recording, opening your softwares, and executing shortcuts with just one button. No keyboard combinations, no searching through menu, just one press. This is exactly what the FIFINE D6 Stream Controller is designed to do. And in this video, I'm going to show you how it works, why it can actually make your workflow very fast. But before we start, a quick thanks to FIFINE for sending this unit over. Now let us dive into it. I believe you're asking yourself what a stream controller is. Think of it as a control panel for your computer. Instead of using your keyboard to remember shortcuts, you can assign those shortcuts to the buttons of the FIFINE D6 Stream Deck. So with one tap, you can open software, start recording, switch scenes, or run commands. And once you start using it, you realize how much it actually saves you time during your workflow. Now let us talk about the design. The FIFINE Stream Controller is compact and simple. It sits nicely on your desk without taking much space. The button also feels very responsive, and each button can display an icon, so you always know what it does. It is clean, simple, and practical. Another good thing is that the setup is very simple. As I said, you don't need any technical knowledge to run this setup, right? You can simply plug it into your computer using the USB-C that came along with the packaging. Then install the controller software. From there, you can start assigning commands to each button. No complicated setup, no technical knowledge is required to use the FIFINE D6 Stream Controller. Within a few minutes, you can already start building your own shortcut system. Now let me show you how I'm using this in my workflow. As you all know, I work a lot with CAD softwares and other editing software like the Photoshop, Wondershare Filmora, Adobe Premiere Pro for my content creation and other jobs. So the first thing I did was to create a quick shortcut for my main application. So instead of searching for these programs on my computer, I simply press one button and the software opens instantly. It may sound simple, but when you do this every day, you appreciate how it saves time. Another place where this controller can really help is during recording. If you record tutorials or stream content, you know how annoying it can be when you are trying to scroll around screens and clicking around on your keyboard. With this controller, you can assign buttons for recording controls. For example, one button can start recording and another button can also stop, especially with those using OBS. We have an inbuilt OBS plugin for you to control your start recording, your pause recording, and switch between scenes. You can even use buttons to control different scenes in your recording softwares. So everything becomes faster and smoother. I also tested this while editing videos. During editing, there are some commands we use over and over again. Things like the undo, the cut, and the export. So I assigned this command to this button on the controller. Now instead of reaching for the keyboard shortcuts all the time, I can simply press a button, and this makes the editing workflow feels more comfortable. Now here is something interesting. This kind of tool is one of those things you don't realize you need until you start using it. At first it seems like a small accessory, but once your shortcuts are set up, it becomes part of your daily workflow. Everything just becomes faster. So who is this device really for? First, content creators. If you make YouTube videos, record tutorials, or stream online, this controller can simply help simplify your setup and increase your workflow. Secondly, professionals who work with multiple applications, designers, engineers, editors, and developers can all benefit from faster shortcuts. And third, anyone who wants a more organized workflow. Instead of remembering many keyboard combinations, you have them right in front of you. One button, one action. Simple. Now let us talk about how the FIFINE actually looks like. The FIFINE D6 Stream Deck actually has an RGB button which you can control the lighting effect to suit your setup. With just one click, you can change into one random light. You can switch to any color of your choice, and it has several colors. right? So you can fully customize the lighting on this FIFINE D6 Stream Deck. You can also change the button icon, you can assign different shortcuts to it, and it has about 15 buttons on it, and the screens are very large to the extent that you can easily see where your assigned shortcut is located, because you can actually change the display of your screen. Now let us talk about the overall experience. After using the FIFINE Stream Deck for over 2 months, I can definitely see it is a useful addition to a creator setup. It makes common tasks faster, it reduces the need to constantly switch windows and remembering keyboard combination, and it helps your workflow organized. So if you are building a creator setup or looking for ways to improve productivity, this is definitely something worth checking out. I'll leave a link in my description below. You can check that out. Once again, thanks to FIFINE for sending this over. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit on the like button, make sure you hit on the subscription button, and share this video to your friend. Catch you guys on another one.